today to come and listen to this speech. My name is Adelina Villarreal, and I hope you. So first, imagine a 10-year-old child clenching his chest while playing an intensive game of tag. And all of a sudden, he's taking deep breaths and he's struggling to breathe really hard. And it's all because he finds out that he's struggling with early on stages of childhood obesity. Now, picture his future. He finds this out and he's now having to do hospital visits daily, having to check himself in his insulin levels every day, and he's having to take medications. And now his parents find out that his life expectancy is shorter than theirs. And this is not actually a very rare case of scenarios. This is actually a cause that is happening in the US daily. Childhood obesity is not just a health concern. It is a ticking time bomb threatening the futures of our children. Childhood obesity rates in the US skyrocket. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 5 children now classified as obese. The consequences are very severe. Our children are suffering from childhood obesity and are at higher risk for chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and early signs of heart disease. Not only physical, but this is also affecting them mentally. Mentally, it is causing us a low self-esteem and as well as depression and bullying in schools from the stigma that is getting created by these children. Not only children, but parents as well. And by doing so to their mental health, it's creating psychological scars. As they grow, they are more likely to become obese adults as well, allowing a cycle of health issues and social struggles. If we don't act now, we are dooming an entire generation from a preventable disease. So solutions that we can do to address this problem and see what the root causes are towards this. So one being poor diet, lack of physical activity, and harmful societal influence. So one thing we can do in schools is just promoting healthier options at lunches. Instead of a child going outside and playing recess and they're sitting down on the phone or talking, they could be outside running or just playing with their friends. And same thing with physical education and PE classes or athletics. They could be doing the exact same thing of running and interacting instead of sitting down and just being there. As well as maybe taking out vending machines in schools and allowing kids to have other options than that option. And as well as policymakers taking the bold step to possibly putting tax on sugary drinks or foods, as well as maybe not as much advertising on fast foods that are targeted towards kids, and maybe just lessen that. Especially like on YouTube now, we're having kids watch that daily. According to Harvard School of Public Health, all of these combined efforts that I just mentioned are potential to lower obesity rates and improve the health of our children and communities. So these are some visual aids that are gonna kind of just show us what are better options. So this is eggs and milk. These are part of our food groups, so I would say that these are definitely better options than we have a Dr. Thunder and then a Pizza Hut box as well. Obviously, you don't have to force your kids to eat healthy all the time. All things are good in moderation, and it's pretty impossible sometimes to just incorporate food groups and have those healthier options. So, as I'm coming to a close, here are some things we can do as a whole to impact this and have a solution towards this. So for one, as a parent, you can give your child better options. So instead of soda, maybe suggest water. And then when you're cooking, maybe have fresh ingredients to have and make a healthier dinner. And you can also encourage your children to be more active outside. And I know that it's hard sometimes because you don't trust people. So maybe just pushing for a safer environment and just maybe going outside with your kids, that could help them as well. As an educator, maybe advocate for healthier options. And then, like I said earlier, just encourage your children at recess to run, or in PE classes, encourage them to be active. And then earlier, as I said, if you're a policymaker or just even being part of the community, advocating for taxing sugary drinks, which I know is a stretch, but if we need something to solve a serious issue, and sometimes going to extreme measures can help this solution. And as well as, like I said, regulating food advertisements, because they push a lot of convenience and affordable options, but what is it doing to our kids long term, mentally and physically? So overall, childhood obesity is very preventable, but only if we get together and add to this phenomenon. Let's not fail our children. Let's ensure they grow up healthy and confident and ready to thrive. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen.